The number one thing that every sales manager says that they want out of a salesperson. Sales managers are saying this, CEOs are saying it. This is not my idea. This is their idea. This is Brian Burns, the host of the Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling podcast. And in this week's episode, I talk about the number one thing that sales managers are looking for. And it's not what we think. It's not how well you do the hustle. Everyone's talking about the hustle and the grind today. That's because they don't know what else to say. Everyone knows you have to work hard and you have to grind it out. But that's not what managers and CEOs are looking for. That's minimum. That's table stakes. That might get you in the door. The number one thing that they're looking for is coachability. Now, you may not agree with this. It's not my idea. I'm just the messenger. This is what sales leaders want. Why? Because things are changing so fast. People don't have time to have someone take 5 years to learn how to sell and sell their product into their market. What they have to do is be able to accept feedback. And why is this so important? It's so important for both the salesperson and the manager/coach. Because if you do either one badly, it just gets really uncomfortable. So here's the problem. As human beings, we all have blind spots. Things that we are not doing well, that we cannot see ourselves. And this is a lot like the old lady with the perfume. And the problem is that the problem doesn't get better over time. It gets worse. The more she puts on, the more she needs to put on. The perfume, she gets used to it. She can't smell it. So she puts more perfume on. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, oh my God, you're stinking up the house. You're stinking up my hands when I touch you. Nobody wants to be around her. So these are blind spots that we all have, and we need someone else to show us. And in sports, we get this. We know we need a coach. We know that we're not perfect. We know that people are better than us. We know that we have to change to become better. And we can't be little sensitive kids and hurt our feelings by telling us we're anything less than absolutely perfect. And in business, we kind of have this idea that whatever we do is fine. We become overly sensitive to any feedback, which makes it really critical for the coach to be able to communicate change without having the other person cry, and us as salespeople be able to be open to know that there are always better ways of doing things, different ways of doing it, instead of getting defensive. So as coaches and managers, we can't wait until it's too late. Wait till we boil up with anger and dissatisfaction to let the salesperson know that there's a little bit of a change needing. And as salespeople, we can't be, hey man, I've been doing this for 75 million years and I've always been successful, and it might be the product or the territory. It can't be me. I'm perfect. So what we have to do is think about a friend who has bad breath. It's not a permanent thing, or maybe it is. How do you communicate like, hey, you need to brush your teeth and take a little mint and you'll be fine? It's a small thing. It's an inconvenient thing. It's a little change that needs to take place. How do you do it? And then if someone tells you, hey, you might want to brush your teeth, take a little mint, and the problem will be solved. How do you respond to that? No, your breath stinks too. No, you can't be defensive. You got to be open that you're not perfect and that we do have blind spots, and we should appreciate someone helping us tell us that stove is hot before we touch it and burn our hand. I covered this week in the Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling podcast. If you found this helpful, please comment, share, and like it. Thank you.